复国，中央人民政府今天胜利了。
但是你们难道
刚才也问我啊，我可以回半点去，无可奉告，我也不高兴。
哎，什么叫中国共产党啊？党叫干啥就干啥。
黑夜即将到，一定要做好准备。
干死共产党！干死共产党！干死共产党！干死共产党！不干死共产党，绝不罢休！
消灭中共是正义的需要。
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Exposing the CCP, and glad to see you again. And also good to see Mr. True007 and also Chris. Hi, Mr. True.
Hello, Z. Hello, Chris. Hello, Flower. All our brothers, sisters, welcome to our program. Thank you.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be on the show again today. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for stay tuned on our program, and we are going to continue to expose more truths about the CCP. And today's our topic is about dictator Xi's plan. You know, my school has been exposing the CCP's evil plan for a while, and recently, one of the NFSC follower of Forrest Joe and was showed on War Room and discussed with Mr. Steve Bannon about the CCP's recent move on Taiwan and other issues. So we're gonna watch the video and share with more about our thoughts later. So please play the video.
Forrest, real quickly, I caught there they did say preconditions to even have this meeting. I just want you to repeat. You're saying the precondition was that we would already agree. We would already agree on some different relationship with our defense of Taiwan as a precondition to even have this meeting?
Yeah, because that's his demand. That's his full demand to the U.S. So before he can talk about other issues, that's his demand. So when he attacks Taiwan, the U.S. has to not support Taiwan militarily or politically because U.S. cannot provide any political asylum to the Taiwan leaders. You cannot provide any military support, any supply, and also, when that happens, U.S. cannot comment about the invasion. That's his demand.
Sign up for free and be part of the movement.
It isn't just an app. It isn't just a social media platform. It's a community.
Download Getter right now.
Okay, yes, it was a relatively brief video, but it covered a lot of information regarding the diplomatic and also geopolitical acts from the CCP. And we see that the aim of the probably next big plan will be economic and also Taiwan, which is the core of the global chip manufacturing industry. So we're gonna go to Chris, for your comments about this video and what's your thought on Xi and the current situation.
Okay, thank you, Z. So, from this video, this intelligence exposed that the CCP's intentions and the CCP's weaknesses. Because we know right now in China, due to the foreign capital withdrawal, economic downturn, and the CCP virus origin tracing. So under CCP rule, China has a bunch of problems that need to be solved. But surprisingly, what they care about the most is still Taiwan. The CCP has always wanted to find a breakthrough in the first island chain. Taiwan, due to its strategic location and historical factors, becomes the CCP's most concerned target. So CCP madly infiltrating Taiwan. The CCP thinks that when the PLA launch a kinetic war to attack on Taiwan, using this method from the video can restrain the U.S. military. I think this is really too naive for the CCP. Many major events occurred from October to mid-December. The meeting between Japan's new Prime Minister Sanae Takahashi-san and President Trump continued the friendship of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe-san, as well as the unlimited partnership between the US and Japan, which means that a Japan contingency is an USA contingency. Next is November 7th, 2025. The Japanese Prime Minister's statement that a Taiwan contingency is a Japan contingency. In one sentence, destroying the CCP's fantasies of aggressive expansion. When Japan's ally, namely Taiwan, is attacked by the CCP, Japan can judge and decide to exercise collective self-defense rights. So when we connect the two messages above and look at them together, we can derive a conclusion. Taiwan's contingency is Japan's contingency, which is also USA's contingency. This is the conclusion that the CCP fears, because this not only counters CCP propaganda in public opinion, but also serves to deter the officers and soldiers of the PLA, giving democratic rule of law countries more confidence to cooperate and unite. It remains applicable to this day. Prime Minister Sanae Takahashi-san has not withdrawn her statement either. Plus, the AUKUS agreement, excluding the United States, Japan is the strongest military power in the first island chain. Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, the Philippines, Vietnam, Australia, and even the United Kingdom actually can effectively defend against the PLA, greatly increasing the cost of a PLA offensive. When the PLA really launches a kinetic war to attack on Taiwan, the world's public opinion will condemn the CCP. At that time, the United States will also be forced to join the war to take down the CCP due to public opinion pressure. So Taiwan's situation is different from Ukraine's situation. If the CCP goes to war against Taiwan, this will evolve into a war that can take down the CCP. And also that the factions within CCP dissatisfied with Xi Jinping, and the people in China dissatisfied with the CCP due to economic downturn. When all these are factors, because of the CCP high levels wrong decision, CCP virus origin tracing triggers worldwide public resentment. Xi Jinping's strategy of wanting to rely on military control to control China due to pressure from democratic rule of law countries, pressure from Chinese people, 老百姓, and pressure from dissatisfied factions within the CCP. Under this triple attack, forms the opportunity to take down the CCP. So that's how I think. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Chris, for sharing your thought. Yeah, this is very critical about the most important thing about the geopolitical importance of the Taiwan Strait. You know, that's not only the technical hub right now for semiconductor industry, but also the future, you know, where there should be the rise of Japan, you know, what's happening with the Taiwan and how do people deal with the CCP. It's great. It's a thank you very much for sharing your thought on that. And then next we'll go to Mr. True for more elaboration. Please go ahead, Mr. True.
Thank you, Z. Thank you, Chris, for laying down this story. And basically, over the last couple of months, the situation has changed dramatically. You know, 2 months ago, Xi Jinping was thinking he got those leverage of the suddenly trying to restrain the supply chain of the rare earths from China, which produce about 80% of the world rare earths, some of which are very critical to maintain the production and the maintenance of aircraft and also machinery equipment, as well as bombs. Some of the also AI material as well as which. So I think then 2 months ago, President Trump was very cautious and careful, but since then, the United States have worked with the world, basically, especially in the Southeast Asia, with Japan and with Indonesia, Malaysia, Korea, and Vietnam, and the Philippines, and also Australia, together signed signed strategical and also implementable deals with the countries like Australia for the rare earth supply, and also with Africans as well, you see, and with Japan, which has the rare earth concentration of 9 times more than the CCP's minings. So this all together eased the stresses. But at the same time, what we saw development of Japan's new prime minister, which has seen or saw the situation in the Taiwan Strait. It's so important that's where the 85% of the energy supply chain is. So if you cut that energy supply through war in Japan, that will be an existential threat to Japan. That's definitely not allowed. That's why she was stood up and trying to tell the CCP that whatever matters with warfare in Taiwan, it is also, equally matters to Japan. I.e., that the Japanese is going to military is going to join the Taiwan military, plus what? Plus that United States Army bases in the island, in Japan, okay, and in Vietnam, and the Philippines, and also Australia. So you can see a situation where Although the alliance of those countries against the CCP has already been formed. So consequently, we see Xi Jinping has already lost his guards and power, and what he has done is he has slaughtered all the military generals, which are on top of the command chain, which are critical for really in case Xi want to engage in a kinetic warfare. But now I don't think they have that really situation. You can see the incident we saw a couple of weeks ago with CCP's aircraft trying to show off along the island. Okay, you know what happens that it really showed that they have the couple of aircraft that's supposed to be superior, but it ended up one just hooked the two bombs supposed to be four. That's noticed by the even Chinese themselves, Chinese, especially young people who take a close look at what happens between Japan and China on the southern China Sea, Japanese controlled zone. It shows also that the one aircraft has had halfway flying back because they don't have sufficient mileage to even finish that show off. So that shows critically CCP's military is the paper tiger, so-called paper tiger, because it looks like a strong, with its wolf. Wolf strategy, just bluff it out, trying to show people we're so strong and we can do that. But indeed, in reality, it's actually not really equipped in the same level as Japan, not to mention United States, right? So this is what we see the changes. But furthermore, in the last couple of days, you see President Trump signed the executive order which defined fentanyl as it's a initial biological weapon. It's a deadly weapon which has killed so many young Americans. Okay, that's already signed. You know what? I think that is a way that the United States already made a statement to say, look, you continually negotiate a trade deal with me, and it was 20%. I remember, a couple of months ago. The tariff on fentanyl precursors, but then reduced to 10%. That means what? That has got CCP agreed a continuous supply the rare earths on the condition, but they only supplied for a couple of days, then they started making trouble again, not doing that. So we can see, of course, that's the consequences. That wasn't very well prepared. Just like essential medical equipment when the CCP's COVID-19 virus hit to the United States, so all the first aid equipment was missing, and also the equipment that can pump your lungs up, pump the oxygen to the lung. Those ICU equipment wasn't even sufficient as well. So this time, I think United States is very well prepared. Since they have been talking about continuous supply chain on rare earths, but on one side, but on the other side, it just the United States and President Trump just declared that the fentanyl, it's a biological weapon. Intentionally has been killing hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of American young people. That means every year they have killed the entire population in the future for equipped into the population, the manpower for all the United States military every year. That's how many people been killed. So I think that is a really strategic position to have United States legitimately ready to, take the first offense strike against the CCP without, with all the reasons Okay, because you already involved war over the last 5, 6, 7 years, year by year, kill Americans, and now I declare that as a, as a chemical weapon against the most, lethal chemical weapon against the United States. I think that position made the United States morally, also legally very strong for engaging any, if CCP doing any of those show-off, who can't not, see there will be suddenly attack from the United States first before Taiwan even take a first step, and Japan. But when that happens, I'm sure Japanese armed military will follow, and then to protect Taiwan, because you know why? Because it is the most important productions origin for super AI chips, and that is the continuously strategic weapon for who is going to win the final war, and then after the war, who is going to rebuild the nations with that. So I think when we see that's sort of a weapon so powerful, technology weapon, and that can be decoupled from CCP, then I think you can see, if you weight that all together, CCP already lost, I think, in the warfare. So let's just wait and see if CCP daily or Xi Jinping daily take any first step scan. We're trying to challenge the already highly intensified conflict. I don't think the Japanese, United States, and Taiwan will be really soft on them this time. They could take, especially United States, take offensive. I also remember that one of, Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu, he said that the best way to take down any dictatorship is to actually do a point percussion, just cut the leader's head off, and we'll finish the war without the civilian casualties and the damage on the economy. So I think that statement, being the strongest ally of the United States military, Israel is, and it's not just a saying. I think this is all carefully narrative and projected to the world, let people know. So it's an open card war, it's unrestricted warfare, and it's complex, but I think this whole systematically comparison will show that the CCP will lose if they dare to attack it or to make trouble again into that level. Thank you. Back to you, Z.
Thank you very much, Mr. Trues, for elaborating more. Yes, if you look at the current situation, you gotta realize that a lot of problems are actually caused by the CCP. They don't care. People may think, it's just a little small problem. We don't need to care about Taiwan because that's like thousands of miles away from U.S. and the national security isn't the top priority, but it's actually not. As I said, as Chris said, and also Mr. True laid out, there's economic reasons, there's also geopolitical reasons, there's also financial reasons, there's also other bunch of reasons that we need to deter the CCP, cannot let them to expand and do whatever they want. And fortunately, we can already see the U.S. government has been taking some actions, and like the new 2026 national defense and all the budget to try to deter the CCP and fight against them. And hopefully the new fentanyl and other CCP virus investigation will hold CCP accountable, and all these means together will be able to take them down quickly and safely. Okay, so we still have some more time. Chris, would you like to talk a little bit more about your concerns and your hope?
I think that Japan joining to take down the CCP is a very crucial step recently, because Japan has the key material for chips manufacturing, which is the photoresist. And also Japan has a powerful army. Japan has once defeated China and Russia in the past. So I think with Japan's joining, they will become a strong force to take down the CCP. And also for the CCP, CCP is is they for them infiltrating Taiwan to make people of Taiwan lose our will to fight and thus surrender. This is the result that the CCP most wanted to achieve. This way, they can take down Taiwan without a shot, the most efficient way for them. But people of Taiwan will not surrender to the CCP. Taiwan will also cooperate with the world to take down the CCP. Thank you.
Very nice. We sincerely hope that Taiwan will have peace and there's a minimum damages caused by the CCP, even if it's military or other actions. And the quick action is very important. We got to realize the significance of Taiwan and the threat from the CCP is imminent. So we got to take this very seriously. Everybody should be prepared for that. Okay, so now we have a few more minutes for Mr. True to talk a little bit more and we can wrap up. Go ahead, Mr. True.
Thank you, and thank you, Chris. What we can see is if you look at the momentum that what's happening with the CCP's war against Taiwan, one would feel that the West, especially the Japan and Taiwan, Philippines, Vietnam, Australia, okay, then United States. So they are all very well positioned, with also UK as well, and very well positioned. I think the CCP has already tested out to see what's the resilience level, and they already actually sensed, and it is very strong. And however, given the CCP's internal, political situation, I think the CC as long as the Xi Jinping is still in power, there's no way he will abandon the idea that he need to take down Taiwan. Why? Because he has already sworn to say he must resolve the issue with Taiwan in his terms. And his term, I think the time is running out because the internal conflicts, what he has done, and with all the other things. So I think, given the nature of the dictatorship, he would, regardless what happened, he would likely to order attack of Taiwan first, and then trying to then negotiate with the Taiwanese sellouts within the party domestics, especially Kuomintang and so on. I think there could be a situation that CCP is hoping that once they first attacked, and then Kuomintang will surrender to say, "Hey, let's negotiate," and then put United States and Japan in a difficult position to sort of help to engage in war. But I think Trump has already United States is the final backup, right? I mean, Japan is ready to actually taking down the CCPs. I think we believe what Miles Go have said many years ago, that it only takes the United States 3 minutes when they attack the CCP's critical military positionings, and plus the launching facility for the nuclear weapons, and also information intelligence. And it takes Japan to do the same thing within 5 minutes as well. So I think that's a very, very heavy statement based on the actually military power and the equipment and the technology. I mean, United States already ashamed by taking Iran's nuclear facility underground out, and with the B2 unit. I mean, the world definitely believe, and CCP better believe that that's what is going to happen. If anything less, okay, they're going to hope they can hide somewhere like 200 or 300 meters under the bank of the western mountain of Beijing city. But I don't think so. I think as long as the CCP dare to take the next, threat again in action, it will be a war. It will be war. You see CCP basically surrender or finished. Okay, that's what I'm hoping. And let's take down the CCP. Okay, all together. Thank you. See.
Thank you very much, both of you, for this discussions. It was really good. I mean, there are a lot more to discuss, but I don't think we're in a very well-prepared position. I know we have a lot of actions from the U.S. government, but the safety of Taiwan Strait and also Japan is really critical for the future of even human. Because if the CCP does take over all the 90% of advanced semiconductor manufacturing capacity, and the whole world will be dependent fully on them. And although, President Trump is trying to ramp up the U.S. production, but it won't be there until like late 2027. So everything got to be planned. Hopefully, our audiences will understand the importance of taking down the CCP ASAP, and we'll all work together and fulfill the safety for everybody. Okay, so thank you very much for, again, watching this program, and we're going to continue to discuss more about the CCP's plan and how you can help us to take them down. And we're going to see you next week. And thank you again, Mr. Chu and Chris, for joining. And it was a really pleasure spending 30 minutes with you for a discussion. And I will see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Take it down.
Hey, Real America's Voice family.
Are you on Getter yet? No?
What are you waiting for?
It's free.
It's uncensored.
And it's where all the biggest voices in conservative media are speaking out.
Download the Getter app right now. It's totally free. It's where I put up exclusively all of my content 24 hours a day. You want to know what Steve Bannon's thinking? Go to Getter.
That's right. You can follow all of your favorites. Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk, Jack Posobiec.
And so many more.
And the best part?
You can watch Real America's Voice right there on Getter.
Live.
So join the conversation.
Hop on the Getter chat room.
Engage with patriots who are just like you.
Good morning, Getter friends.
We're breaking news, we're delivering the truth, and we're doing it on Getter
every single day.
So don't wait. Download the Getter app now.
Sign up for free and be part of the movement.
It isn't just an app. It isn't just a social media platform. It's a community.